Greetings, students. Professor Gomes here. I thought I'd take this opportunity to create this video to give you an idea of what you can expect for our upcoming Summer 1 Statistics course. I'm recording this video on Saturday the 11th. You'll receive a link to this about a week before our course starts, somewhere around the 21st of May. So, welcome, students. Welcome to the course. I'm excited to work with you this Summer 1, 2024 term to assist you in achieving your educational goals. One of the many reasons I love teaching this particular course is the real-world applications we can share. Pretty much everything you hear on the news or read on social media, it's dealing with polls. X amount of people believe this, that, and the other thing, especially where we've got the presidential election coming up in November. A lot of it is polls and who people are deciding who people are going to vote for and alike. So we'll delve into this real world applications. Please go through all the web pages to familiarize yourself with how we'll operate. Textbook is free. Please contact me as soon as you have any challenges so we can work together to meet your needs. Best way to contact me is through email. Key elements that are important in your success in this class. I would imagine the majority of you have taken an online course at some point in time. To be quite honest, not to sugarcoat this, the summer sessions, 5 weeks long. What we're doing here is completing what would normally take regular 14 or 15 weeks in a normal spring or winter session course, and we're compacting it down to 5 weeks. So what that means is it's a lot of work. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a lot of work, and can it be done? Sure. And just by virtue of you signing up for it, you're aware of this. You've taken summer courses or winter intersession courses before. So online courses can be just as rich and rewarding as face-to-face courses, but it takes a little more work on everyone's part. The information in this post contains key elements that are important for your success. Have clear expectations. Online courses are convenient. We have more flexibility when to do assignments, but they take just as much and often more time than face-to-face courses. The natural consensus is for a 3-credit course, it should take about 6 or to 9 hours of your time each week. Maybe a little bit less, but in many cases, a little bit more. Students who have set aside several short sessions throughout the week in consistent times have the most success. It's recommended that you add weekly assignments to your calendar. Make sure you read the syllabus and all the course resource documents. Ask questions in an online course. The instructor I can't see your confusion or frustration. If you're having a problem or any confusion, speak up sooner than later. Don't wait until the assignment is due. All right. Well, I'll get into this, but homework is not collected nor graded, but we'll talk about this. Best way here again is to email me. We have a discussion board. You can post questions there. And every Friday, I'll do a non-mandatory 1 hour Zoom meeting where you can ask me questions. So plenty of ways of getting a hold of me. Email, discussion board, logging into the Friday Zoom. Read all the announcements in the course. These are messages from me. They often contain notices of changes, hints, or previewing upcoming assignments. Most importantly, do well in the course. Yes, many of you will say, I've never done well in math. But if you log on to campus regularly, watch my videos, and you'll succeed, definitely. Do yourself a favor. Don't skate by, or just don't skate to just get by. What's the purpose in that? So here again, I would imagine most of you folks have taken online courses in the past, all right? So initially, when you log in, all right, when I publish this course, which will probably be a week before we start, somewhere around the 21st, I'll publish this. This is the page. I call this as the splash page. This is where when you log in, this is the page you will see. Notice it says course overview about your teacher. Once the course actually starts, when you log in, you'll go to the learning modules page, and I'll show you that in a moment. But to begin, let's just start with the course overview. Class begins Tuesday the 28th. Do yourself a favor, make sure you download the syllabus. But most of the information contained in the syllabus is right on this course overview page. All right, starts out with a course description recommended for students in business, social science, human services, just about everyone attending Massasoit. Any course major requires statistics. All right, so this is part of obviously your major that you had required to take stats. Prerequisites. Here again, you wouldn't be registered unless you had met the course prerequisites. Preparing for college, reading Math 003 and so forth, intermediate algebra, C minus in Math 060. Teaching procedure. Homework will be posted on campus each Tuesday and Thursday. But what I've decided to do, rather than just roll it out piecemeal, I realize that certain days of the week, especially if you're working, you're going to have more time than other days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish the assignments for the entire week. That way there you see what you see what needs to be done. On certain days you may have more time to push ahead. All right. As I mentioned before, each Friday I'll conduct a non-mandatory 1 hour Zoom meeting. Great opportunity to log on and to ask specific questions. What I'll do is I'll record these meetings and I'll post them on YouTube. So if you can't attend the Zoom meeting, at least you can see what sort of questions those students are asking. If a student's asking a particular question, chances are you may have that identical question. All right, so I'll record these meetings if you're not available. Textbook, you can view it online. You can download a PDF of it. You'll see when I get into the actual modules, I have a module for each particular chapter that links to the textbook pages for that particular section. You'll see that in a moment. Super, super, super important here. All right. The course is designed such that a TI-84 graphing calculator is required. Now, I'm very specific. All right. There are several companies that make graphing calculators, but all my course work, I have or I use a TI-84. Now, what's good about this for you folks is that you don't necessarily have to go out and buy one. All right, you can actually rent one from the college, specifically from the library, for $20. All right, and the rental lasts all semester long. Now, you may have a newer model of a TI, which will be fine. All right, if you've got a TI, the number is 96 or whatever, TI-84 and a higher number, that'll work. But for $20, even if you had a newer model, I would suggest renting one. That way, there you'll be right in tune with what I'm doing. And when I start to post the solutions to the particular homework assignments, I'll have screenshots, and the screenshots will be based upon me using a TI-84 graphing calculator. TI standing for Texas Instrument, obviously. All right, $20. How do you go about getting one? Well, there's a link right here. You make an appointment with the library. You go over, and at the time of your appointment, you pick it up. And what they do is they bill you the $20. Now, obviously, you've got to return the calculator because if you don't return it, they're going to bill you $120. All right, so make sure at the end of the semester, the summer session. Now, if you need it for a longer period of time, just make the library aware of that. Here again, assignments will be posted. I will post voiceovers to the course PowerPoints, solutions to the homework assignments, questions that you have. Here again, might be answered on the Friday Zoom meetings. You're going to see that I give you a lot of resources. I've been doing this particular course for a number of years. All right, so I've got many resources to help you succeed. We're looking at 2 exams. It's only a 5-week course. I'm looking for our first exam on a Monday on June 10th, and then July 1st. All right. Now, what I'll do prior to the exam, I'll give you exactly what time the exam will open and what time the exam will close. Normally, I give students a 24-hour window, here again, to accommodate folks that are working, whether it's a day job you have or a night job, but 24 hours is usually the time span that I give you to complete the exam. All right. We'll talk more about this as we get into it. Those are the two dates. Calendar, pretty straightforward. It, of course, starts on the 28th. Right, nothing much here. And of course, one of the most important things is, last day is July 1st. That's the date of our second exam. Grading pretty standard if you've been at Massasoit or if you're a transfer student. Pretty standard. What constitutes an A, B, and so forth. Academic dishonesty. All right, take this pretty seriously. All right, it's defined as someone who's cheating, falsifying information, working on assignments with classmates without permission, plagiarism, purchasing or submitting assignments. Hopefully, this will not apply to anyone, but not a good thing if it's found that somehow that you've been cheating, whatever. So please, hopefully, this won't be an issue with us. Login policy choices have consequences. Students expected to log on to Canvas several times a week. I mean, you're not logging on, you're not watching the videos, you're not looking at the PowerPoints, you're not doing the homework. It's not a good thing. All right, 5-week course is a lot of work. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But here again, by virtue of you signing up, you've taken summer courses before or intercession courses, you know the workload. Student outcomes right out of the catalog here. As I scroll down, course content, topics that we'll cover, distributions, discrete distributions, continuous hypothesis testing, and so forth. Right along with the renting the calculator, the other thing that's super important is if you have an accommodation letter, if you have an IEP, all right, please, I need to have a copy of this email to me. If you think you qualify for a accommodation, here is a phone number and the email address to get a hold of the disabilities office. But if you have one, make sure Miss Andrea Hendry, she's the head of the disabilities office, she sends me your accommodation letter. On an online course, what this actually means is that you're given an extra time, usually time and a half. If I'm giving 2 hours to do an exam, you're going to have that plus another additional hour. So please do not sleep on this. If you have an accommodation letter, make sure that I receive a copy of it so I can adjust the time that you have to complete the exams. Affirmative action, all right, harassment, retaliation, sexual violence. Please read this. Classroom behavior doesn't pertain to us because we're not in the classroom. All right. Participation policy. If you're receiving financial aid, the government will ask me whether or not you're attending and logging in, and I've got to report that. All right. So obviously, make sure you're logging in, doing what you need to do, especially if you're getting financial aid. Academic advising, talking to your advisor. All right. Check with degree works. Make sure that this course meets the requirements. Basic needs. If you're experiencing challenges meeting basic needs, clothing, food, here's a link to Evelyn Craig, Basic Needs Coordinator. Office of Health and Wellness. Check that out. Tutorial services. Yeah, if you are a student at Massasoit, you're familiar with the ARC. You can make an appointment for a walk-in session, or you can actually set something up well, though. Provide you with a virtual tutorial session. It's great, but here again, I'm always available to answer questions via email, or as I said, on our Friday Zoom meeting. All right, and here again, the discussion board. You can always post questions, and I'll get right back to you. Grade appeals. If you believe your final grade in a course is an error, you can appeal it. Incomplete grades, if something were to happen. Hopefully it doesn't. I can issue a incomplete, and you've got to make the work up within a specific time period. Withdrawal deadline, it comes pretty quick with a 5-week course. If you decide that for some reason you can't complete the course, there's a deadline that you receive a certain percentage of your tuition. And here's a link to what's called etiquette statements. And basically it says you act like an adult. We're not going to be talking or posting things that are not fair. All right, etiquette statements. You can take a look at that. We behave like adults. All right, so it's all here. All right, so initially, like I say, when you log in, you come to this splash page. Check this, all this information out. Download a copy of the syllabus, but everything that's really contained here is also in the syllabus. That's just a hard copy of what's happening. All right, so if I go back to pages, there's a link here to About Your Teacher. You can read this if you have a mind to. It just talks about my profile. I've been at Massasoit a number of years. All right, check this out if you have a mind to. Nothing that you need to know or that's going to help you with the test or whatever. Now, learning modules. This is where it all happens. All right, so once the course begins, you'll not, when you log in, you won't go to this splash page, but you'll go to the learning modules. Now, this is the page you'll see, all right, learning modules, and it starts out with welcome and getting started. All right, I'm in my view right now. If I log on to student view here, this is basically what you'll be seeing. Across the left-hand menu here, the home button, the announcements, the syllabus, the modules. Here is where you'll click to do the exams, where it says quizzes. All right. Canvas doesn't call it exams; it calls it quizzes. This is where you'll click to take the exam. All right. Obviously, grades is where you'll see your grade. There's a discussion board. All right. Zoom meeting to click to log into our Friday 1 hour, 11 o'clock, 1 hour Zoom meeting, non mandatory, e tutoring, and evaluations. So, what I'm going to do is go back to, I want to leave student view for a second here. Now, folks say, well, I get to this page, where do I see things? Watch what I'm going to do here. I'm either going to click on this arrow here and the module will open up, or simply click in the gray, anywhere it's in a gray area. And that particular module, Welcome Getting Started, will open up. That'll close it and that'll open it. All right. Everything here you can see, I've published everything. So when you log in, all right, once I post this video to YouTube, right here is where you'll see the actual video. All right. Opening March video. Here again, I'll send out a link to this video probably a week before the course starts, somewhere around the 21st. All right. What are the links here? Getting started with Canvas. Here again, I'm assuming that the majority of you are Massasoit students, so you're familiar with Canvas. If you're a student that's taking a course from another college and maybe not be familiar with Canvas, here's where you'll see student guide. There's a video, Canvas support, but if you have any issues, obviously, you can dial the help desk. Here's the number for the college, and there's the extension for the help desk. Or simply email me. Canvas quick links. All right, you can add a picture to go along with your profile. View your grades using Canvas on your mobile device. It's all here. Calculator and laptop rental. Once again, super important that you get a TI-84 from the library. I mean, for $20, you can't go wrong. Students at another college that I teach would have to go out and buy their own calculators. costing them somewhere around $110, $120. You can rent one for the entire semester for $20. Can't beat that. But you need to make an appointment at the library to pick it up and make sure you return it back. Technology grants. I'm not sure this link is actually working now. I didn't think I got to take that off. I'm not sure that they're still offering Chromebooks. I'll have to find out more about that. But I'm going to take that link off. For some reason, the college is taking that off. Being successful in this course. All right. People say, oh, I can do that later on. Yeah, I want you to be successful. Each week you'll have readings, chapter homework to complete. There's a temptation to think that in-person activities are more urgent than your homework. All right, that should be one word. Problem is that when you're online, assignments pile up. All right, so yeah, you got to make a schedule. Like I say, rather than post each Tuesday and Thursday, I'll post the assignments. I'll publish them so you'll see the entire week's work. In fact, I may even post it such that you've got the entire set of assignments for a particular chapter. Here again, I'm doing this because there may be some days that you have more time to complete the work than other days, especially with your work schedule. Course syllabus, nah. Time commitment, yeah. It takes time. Here again, to say it for the fifth time. We're doing a 15-week course in 5 weeks, so it's a lot of work. But the good news is you knock it out in 5 weeks. Life advice. Take an opportunity to watch this. This is a nice video by Dan Zell. This video, he's a keynote speaker at a commencement exercise at a college. And the video is entitled, I wish someone had told me this when I was your age. Take the opportunity to watch this video on YouTube. It's not that long. There's a lot of good advice there, Dan Zell. Predicting your success. Says watch this TED Talk and then answer the questions. No, there's no need of answering the questions, but this young lady, Angela Lee Duckworth, the gist of her video, all right, she did some statistics with which college students and actually high school students, and what she just describes is it's not always the smartest person that does the best in a course. It's the person who is grittiest, the person who can overcome obstacles and has that stick-to-itiveness to say, yes, I can do this. And if I'm having issues, I'm going to reach out to my professor, ask questions, log on to the Zoom meetings, and if necessary, go to the ARC. Person that's grittiest. So it's not always the person who's the smartest that does the best. Being gritty. Please check out that video. Many of you may be familiar from previous courses or maybe even from high school. TI calculator, a video showing you some of the very basic functions. Here again, I have videos dealing with the 84 that you'll see within the course, and I'll walk you through each and every assignment that deals with the 84. All right, and I'll show you exactly where to click and how to access all the different menus. You're going to find that the TI-84 is invaluable. There's no way, see this again, there's no way you can get through this course without a TI-84 calculator. There's a video and then there's a guide that you can take a look at. But here again, if you're having issues with your TI, you just email me. What I'll do is create a video for you to show you, all right, this is what you need to do. You're looking for proportions, a interval. I'll show you. I'll create a video and I'll just post it on YouTube. This is what you do. Here's where to click to get to the menu you need. 3 ways to spot a bad statistic. You hear so much nowadays of things. Fake news? That's a popular thing. All right. Some of these polls that are out there are really kind of whacked, but check this out. 3 ways to spot a statistic that doesn't make any sense. 98% of Massasoit students think that math professors are aliens. No, it's actually 99%. That's a joke. Tech services and computer resources, basic requirements. What I suggest is, browser support. What works the best, all right, in my opinion, is having the latest version of Google Chrome, using Chrome as your browser. All right, if you're using a Mac, here again, Chrome is the best browser to use. Um, Edge has issues. Chrome is preferred, and it's preferred in working in Canvas. All right, so make sure you have the latest and greatest browser, Chrome. Textbook and whatever additional resources. Textbook is free. Here again, I'll show you where you have links. I do post many videos or some videos that from Khan Academy, a couple of TED Talks, YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel, and you'll see where my videos are contained in YouTube. All right, so if I want to close this up, all I'm going to do is click on that gray area, it closes it up. We start out obviously with chapter one, to give you an idea of what you're going to take a look at. All right, so here again, what I'll probably do, like I said, is I'll publish both of these. Even though our course starts on the 28th, I'll publish Tuesdays and Thursdays homework. Take a look at what we got here. Gives you a basic idea. Now here, I'm not clicking on this. I'm clicking on actually the date. It says HW homework right on the date here. And that module will open up. Each individual section pretty much starts out the same way. I ask you to watch a video. We start out with section 101. All right, followed by do a voiceover of the PowerPoint that goes along with section 101. It's a YouTube video. Here is an actual link to download the actual PowerPoint. Now, obviously, it's an online course. You can use your notes. Everything's contained in the PowerPoint that you may want to have by your side when you take any exam. So I'll give you the option here of downloading this. Now, what I will post is by virtue of being a Master's Associate student, you're eligible to, if you don't have Office on your computer, you can actually download a free copy of Microsoft Office 365. And what I'll do is between now and the time the course starts, I'll actually post a link where you can download a copy of Microsoft Office 365. To go along with the actual PowerPoint, I actually give you a Google Slides for this particular section 1.1 of the PowerPoint. Then we move on. Once we've got 1.1 under our belts, we move on to section 1.2. There's the video. There's the voiceover to section 1.2. There's the actual PowerPoint. And here again, there is the Google Slides for 1.2. Homework. Here again, homework is not collected nor graded. It's a PDF file, all right? Now, why aren't the homework assignments graded? Because they're all multiple choice. The very last page will just open up for me and may take a look. Yeah, here it is. All right, all multiple choice, but look at what happens here. At the very end, I give you all the answers. All right. Now, my suggestion is you don't look at the answers prior to doing the homework. All right. Now, once you've got the homework done, I actually have a video where I walk you through how I got the answers. Now, initially, like in any course, the basic chapters, a lot has to do in statistics, or any course has to do with vocabulary. So the first couple of sections are really straightforward. All right, but as it gets more complicated, I'll actually have, for all the sections, a video where I walk you through how the answer was derived. Now, I have screenshots of the TI-84. Here again, how the answers were derived. All right, so we got 1.1 and 1.2 knocked out. We move on to chapter 2, section 1. Have a video, you get the voiceover, there's the Google Slides. Now, moving on, let's say to the next assignment, same thing. We move on to section 2.2. A couple of videos, PowerPoints, all right, Google Slides, and here I'm asking you to download the homework, the PDF file. All right. And actually, we can encompass 2-1, 2-2, and 2-3. We lump it into one assignment. Then we move on to chapter 3. So you can see quite a bit of, this is the Thursday, but you have the Thursday to Friday. Normally, I'll give you there'll be more to do on the Thursday versus the Tuesday, because you've got the Thursday, the Friday, the Saturday, the Sunday, and the Monday to complete it. All right, list basics, and then I'm asking you to complete section 3-1. All right, without going too much into this, let me just go back. Let me close this up. Homework solution sheets. All right, everything for this first section 1-1-1-2. I would definitely, I would definitely encourage you to download these. All right, initially these guys are just kind of basic, but as we move on, if I go back here, let's see, homework solutions, section 3-1. Here again, still basic stuff. But notice what I've done here. All right, we're asked to find, looking for the mean over here. But notice what I do. I have a screenshot of how I found the mean for this data set. All right, so downloading this, having this by your side when you're doing the exam. Oh, I'm looking for the mean. Oh, yeah, I've got to go to one variable stats. The mean is the very first option here, X bar 9.4. All right. Here again, now we're looking at a list of values. I'm putting them into a list. And same idea, I'm going to one variable stat. In many instances, you'll find that the answer the calculator gives you is spot on to the answer that I'm looking for. All right. So, to make it long story even longer, yes, downloading these PDFs to the solutions and having them by your side when you do the exams is super important. I got the PowerPoints listed here. Chapter 2, how to post to the discussion board. There's a link to my Friday office hour meeting. And it continues on the same way for sections. Well, in fact, let me just look at this here. These are all the sections from the textbook. I usually don't assign many readings. The reason is that I do it all in the PowerPoints. All right, but they're there for additional help, additional resources. There's section chapter 1, chapter 2, and 3 resources. And we move on from there. Homework from chapter 3 and 4 and alike. So that's about it for introductory. All right. Here again, I'll post this video a week before. Please take the time. You have a week to look this over before the course actually begins. If you're having any issues, feel free to email me. It's 5 weeks. Good news is you get done in 5 weeks. Bad news is it's a lot of work. I'm not sugarcoating this, but it can be done. To be quite honest, in times that I've done summer sessions, students they're aware of the workload and they're ready for it, and they do extremely well. I'm here to help you, and I wish you much success. See you online.